Okay, guys, let's get started on how to stop gun bunch. I'm in the West Coast offense. I'm actually gonna put myself on a hash over here, but we're in West Coast, which is probably the most popular bunch format book right now. Either that or Atlanta, but I personally like West Coast. So let's just set up here, put this guy in his vert hook like we usually do, and now we can start breaking down what we like to do. So what's great about this defense is we can have a third over here on the bunch side. We have a third in the middle to keep ourselves to protect on that, and then we can pretty much do whatever we want with this guy if this guy's manned up. So something we can do here is we can man up Randall. Now, I probably wouldn't man up Randall just because he's a safety and he's not great in man. But if I was in mud, I could have a really good cornerback there. However, if I'm in regs and I don't want to man him up, something I could do is just put him back in his cloud flat or hard flat on whatever and man up Greedy on him. Or if we had Denzel Ward on that side, we could put Denzel Ward. Because the only flood they can really do if they don't motion him in is a curl, like a curl route, and that will beat man. But if people aren't running curls on you, which most people I would expect not outside of myself, then you're going to be in good shape. Now if they motion him in, they could be on a quarter route, and I'd probably put my cloud back, but for now we can just put that out there and go from there. So keep in mind the adjustments are a little different. As you can see, I'm kind of messing up my my adjustments here. The safeties are different, so I'm actually having to learn them myself. If you adjust your safeties, like look at his adjustments, he has a bunch of different outside thirds. He has outside third left, outside third right, deep half left, middle third, deep half right. He's got a bunch of different adjustments you can do. So that's something you can know. Now, back to this. So the reason why you want to man up this guy and take him away is now you can do whatever you want with this guy. You can put him down in the yellow, in this mid read. You can cross man him here. You can do a lot with this guy because you don't have to worry about over the top. If you want to back Greedy up a little bit, if that's the one you got to do. If you trust this corner, you don't have to back him up, but you could do that, and then you can do whatever you want with this safety and just not even have to worry about the backside. Maybe you want to man him up on the running back, and then if he blocks the running back, he'll do something else. So I'll show you guys here. If he blocks the running back, the safety will just do a different assignment, and they usually do well. So you see here, he's just sitting in his middle zone, just kind of working around. It looked like he went to a deep quarter there. So it's just something you could do, just something you can note. Set this back up here. Now I'm gonna show you guys what I personally like to do. If you like this corner, I'd man him almost every time, and then I'd probably man this guy on the running back, and then you can do whatever you want with him. Now if you don't trust that guy, let's put him back in the hard flat. Do something else here. So something that's really great from this is being able to man up the deep corner route. So they're in Z spot here. I'm going to show you guys how Denzel Ward does a good job on Z spot here when he's manned up. He's going to get a great bump on him. Bam. Great press. And he's going to pretty much box him the whole way. As you guys can see, he mirrored him all the way across the field. And that's because of this great bump early on and then just having high speed. Now, Julian Edelman's probably the best route runner in the game, so if anyone's going to beat him, it's going to be Edelman. But look at that. He's just mirrored. You click on and pick that at any point if you wanted to. Step back up here. And we'll keep it rolling. Now, outside of Z-Spot, other things they have to offer is stick. So if they have the route chems, they'll probably do this route combo. They'll probably do the post. If they don't, they'll probably streak him and maybe leave him on his stock slant like this. One or the other. I'll put the post here since I'm Brady. But what you're going to do here is, what's great about this is you're going to be able to take this away with just your cloud flat. And then if you want to man up Edelman, he probably will toast him on this post because the post is very, very good. But I'll let you guys see it. But what I would probably do is if I knew stick was coming or they're killing me with that play, I'd just man up the tight end, take away that flood, or just allow the tight end to catch it because you can just get a lot of hit sticks this year. Either or if you wanted to just leave the vert hook, whatever you guys want to do. So if I was going to give it the flat, I'd leave a vert hook. If I wanted to try to man up the post or try to take it away, I could do that. But I don't really trust it. Now with this backside vert hook, it's going to do a really good job with you guys. So I'm just going to hike it stock with the vert hook, and you guys are going to see it's going to be pretty good defense. If you lurk low on the post, on the flat, come back, and you can get that post over top, but for the most part, it's going to be bagged until late, and you have a really good block shit defense. So you guys can't really make a read yet. So I shoot down the tight end. You can't throw that unless you just really just want to throw like a risky read. Now I'm back here. I'm on the post. You could probably fit that drag in there, but I'm probably coming back to it. And then you could probably fit this post in late if I can't get over there. So that's going to be really good defense against that as well. This, honestly, you don't have to do a ton from this because it's just such a good stock coverage defense. And they're going to probably have to send 5 out at you. Something they might do is mesh post. So I'll set up that play here. But this is going to do a really good job against it as well. So this vert hook's going to carry with the running back, even though it gets to such a great spot. And then this vert hook's going to carry with this, stay with this hitch. And then you just have to lurk the post yourself. So watch this play. If they hike it, bam, you're there. They're on the hitch. And he can throw that hitch, but the vertical's right there to tackle him for a couple of yards. If you're really worried about it, you can completely just shade it down. So I will shade down this play and then put my clouds back. Do realize the buttons have switched in this defense, so you have to be careful when you're adjusting to not take away your deep blues. Not letting me flip the play. That's always good. But what I was going to say was, so yeah, just while it unfreezes here, the outside guys are usually B and X, but it's actually A and X, and B becomes a safety because there's 3 of them. So just something you guys would want to note before you go into this formation and just start taking away your deep blues and stuff. I'm just going to have to hike it here. Don't want to cut this because it's actually a really good film. I'm not really going to have to call timeout. I don't know what's going on with it. It's not letting me do anything. There we go. Finally let me hike the ball. Sorry about that, guys. It's just me a long film. It's just really gonna it's just me showing you guys how to stop everything. So look at mesh post here. I didn't set it up correctly. Let me see here. Okay. Now if you shade down your vert hooks, it will do a better job on this hitch, and you can just take the post yourself. And let me put my clouds back, and you're good to go. So lurk down here, the hitch is taken away, the running back wheel is taken away, and the post is taken away. They're gonna have to send 5 out at you, but honestly, they're gonna have to be very crafty with their route combos. One thing that I think would be decent against this would be if you don't man up the corner route, having this and then a little flood concept on the left. But outside of that, like, there's not much you can really do against the stock coverage, and you can really start manning people up a lot. They go to verticals. The thing about what's great about this is what I was telling you guys earlier. The sidelines are taken away from like the early throw from verticals, but then it's also taken away deep from this middle third. So if you just hike verticals here, everything's pretty much taken away. You lurk here. They can maybe throw the option route, but look at like the wheel routes. They're taken away by the deep thirds. If you look at this, can't throw this early because it doesn't beat the cloud flat outside. Then you can't throw it when it gets over the cloud flat because you have this deep third here. You're lurking here. If you would shade it underneath with your vert hooks, they take away both the option and the hitch. So if you want to see that, something that you could do at almost every single play is putting these vert hooks, shading down, re-putting your clouds, right? So if you do that every play, any options, hitches, anything they're going to do is going to be taken away. So I'll show you guys that now. One more time here. And then just, honestly, all you have to do is lurk one route. So if they hike the ball, you just lurk out to the tight end. Everything is literally taken away. There's not a single thing open out there. So that's really good against West Coast Punch. It's just, honestly, the stock coverage and then mixing in this man up on the Z spot. I love to do that because it's going to get such a great bump on it, as well as manning up this backside. So whenever they go to Z spot, this is probably what they're going to do. It's probably going to be this. So the corner route's going to be taken away by the man. And then honestly, man-to-man's probably going to get beat by this. Man-to-man's probably going to bag this in route, especially if it's a decent corner. But honestly, that's all you have to lurk anyways. So if they hike the ball here, you're just on the in route. And he beat him on the cut early, but you had a vert hook backside, and then he caught up to him. That's the thing about man-to-man this year. You can throw stuff on the break, especially with a low ball. Like, I could probably low ball right there, except for the fact that the vert hook's sitting right there. So he's open on this break. But then watch after he passes the vert hook, he gets bumped, and now he's like caught back up to him. If you catch that, it's gonna be no possible chance at rack, and you might even get it knocked out or a hit stick. So it's really good defense against bunch. There's not too many other adjustments I really would make out of the meta until you see what their opponent's really doing. Something else I guess they could do is stock mesh post. You see that pretty often, just right here, block the running back. And if you do man this guy backside, it's going to take away this drag well. And then if you wanted to man this guy here in hard flat the way I originally said to do it, with your actual good corner, because this is where you want your good corners to be in the slot, this is going to be completely bagged. So if they hike it here, wrong controller. You lurk down on the flat early, lurk back on the drag, goes to the hard flat, and you're on the post. So I didn't get back to my controller quick enough to lurk the flat as well as I would like. But here's how you would guard this. I mean, if they send this out, you lurk the flat, and you want to be standing closer. So I probably should have been standing like right here. You lurk out on this flat, and then you come back, stay with the drag for just a second, giving it back to this hard flat, and then you can bounce back to this post while the vert hook comes back on this drag. Now you could probably throw this drag late. It does a really good job against man, and it's something I'm going to talk about in my West Coast ebook. But for the most part, it's pretty much boxed, and you're not going to get a big gain from it. Last thing I'm going to talk about for this bunch video is 3 deep blitz. So if you do want to blitz them, here's how I would do it. You would probably, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Let me reset, guys, sorry. So if you baseline deep show blitz, let me just blitz this guy's for the look. Doesn't even really matter. I'd probably have this guy come up and manually press this guy right here. Then I would do whatever I want. I'd probably man him up on the running back in case he goes out. And if he doesn't, then I have him in coverage. Hover your gap here, and then you're just probably taking away the first read. Now, the blitz isn't going to come in correctly because I didn't even call 3 deep blitz. But I just wanted to give you guys the look. So you come back here, and we get a guy actually coming in. But you guys see that. You guys see there. There's something you can mix in. Like I said, they're gonna struggle to beat you without sending 5 out, and that's when you can send your blitz at them. So if I show blitz here, and you're pretty much having the same exact look. So I bring the show blitz in, bring these guys down, man this guy here. Now I'm just taking extra time to kind of show you guys. You can do this actually very, very quickly. Then you hover down, and they're expecting you. Now you can hover this gap when you're sending 3 just to give it the same look, but they're expecting you to play coverage a lot. They're going to keep sending 5 out, and then you have a chance of screaming at them, and that's really going to be really effective for you and something you're going to do a great job of. So hope this was helpful for you guys for bunch. I'm going to actually do one on cluster and a couple other formations that are popular right now, but this was the bunch video.